Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone. I hope everyone's doing well. This is going to be one of many videos I'm going to be dropping during this Halloween season. Yes, this movie in particular is not a Halloween movie, but it is a horror film that just celebrated a milestone. It's one that I want to talk about. It's one that I just got this awesome new shirt from Gutter Garbs from celebrating the 30th anniversary. Of course, I'm talking about 1991's Child's Play 3, which I think is a very underrated sequel. The movie came out on August 30th of 1991. This movie was directed by Jack Bender. It was written by Don Mancini. Of course, it stars Justin Whalen as Andy Barclay, Perry Reeves as De Silva, Jeremy Silvers as Tyler, Travis Fiennes as Shelton, Peter Haskell as Sullivan, and of course Brad Dourif as the voice of Chucky. Mancini has gone on record saying that he felt pressure from Universal Studios to put out a third film, to write a third film before the second film had even come out. So Child's Play 3 would actually hit theaters 9 months after Child's Play 2 was in theaters. This is also Mancini's least favorite film in the Child's Play franchise because he said when he wrote it, he was actually out of ideas. It brought in $20.5 million at the box office on a budget of 13, and that was looked at as a disappointment. The film would be the last film to carry the Child's Play name. After this, 7 years later, we would get Bride of Chucky. And this is the only film that features a different actor playing Andy Barclay because the movie is set 8 years after Child's Play 2, so that's why they brought in Justin Whalen to play the part. So why is this film my favorite sequel after the original? Why do I hold it above, Child's Play 2, which seems to be everybody's favorite sequel in the franchise? I've liked this film ever since I saw it when I was in high school. I really loved the dynamic between Karen Barclay and Andy in the original, and in the sequel, the fact that Catherine Hicks wasn't brought back to play Karen, and I just had a hard time without that mother-son dynamic, which I thought was so strong in the first film. And Catherine Hicks not being in it, the Karen Barclay character, I loved. And I also just felt like that was an element that was missing from the second one. Now with this one, of course, we got a brand new actor in Justin Whalen playing Andy Barclay. He's older. He's he's in high school now. I like the change to the military academy. I also just felt like at this point he's kind of he has nothing protecting him. He is just on his own. He's in this strange environment, and I just really thought that it just really worked well. I think Jack Bender did a terrific job directing it. I think Chucky looks really cool in this one. I love the way that they the computer technology that they were able to utilize to make the facial expressions, I just felt like they looked better in this one. That's just my own opinion. I also loved the character of De Silva. I love Perry Reeves. I think she's a fantastic actress. I've seen her in other things, like most notably she was in Old School. She played Will Ferrell's wife in that, and I thought her relationship with Andy was fantastic. I really liked them. I felt like it was seamless. I also thought Travis Fiennes as Shelton was a terrific adversary for Andy. I loved Andrew Robinson as Sergeant Botnick, who was the barber in this film, the sadistic barber that wants every boy's hair to be like short as possible. I just love the whole line, "Presto, you're bald." In fact, another favorite line of mine from this film is "Don't fuck with the Chuck," which is my favorite Chucky line in the entire franchise. And again, I think there's some terrific gore in this. I love the opening that brings back the character of Sullivan, played by the late Peter Haskell. I just love it was kind of a callback to Child's Play 2 when he tells Greg German, the Greg German character of Madsen, to stick the doll up his ass after the accident when the technicians are putting the doll back together from the events of the first film. I thought that was a really cool setup, and then Chucky is able to track where Andy is gone. And then also the fact that Chucky is going after a younger kid in this one, so hearkening back to the original one. Now, I don't think Tyler was that great of a character. He did come off as a little bit irritating. But I did like the fact that Andy is now gone to the Karen role of the original film and is trying to protect Tyler from Chucky. And of course, the showdown at the end of the film at the carnival and the House of Horrors. I mean, I love that whole scene at the carnival, and I think that is what I mean. The factory setting at the end of Child's Play 2 is fantastic as well. But I don't know why. The fact that they were in like this House of Horrors and the whole thing with all the skulls and the Grim Reaper and all the stuff that's represented on this awesome shirt I got from Gutter Garbs, that is what made me just love this film. I love the way Chucky goes out in this one. I think it's brutal. I love that, like I said, Andy was being, like the surrogate big brother to Tyler and protecting him. So yeah, I absolutely adore Child's Play 3. So I'm just curious, are there other fans of this film besides myself? I'm sure there are. Let me know your thoughts about Child's Play 3 down in the comment section below. Would love to hear from everyone. Thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone for my first Halloween video of 2021. And I'm just looking forward to talking about some horror films I haven't talked about. I haven't really talked about the Child's Play films outside of doing reviews of Curse and Cult of Chucky when they came out, the remake when it came out, and then doing that retrospective so many years ago. And then, of course, I've shown, you know, like toys and things that I've got with the Chucky likeness, but haven't really talked about some of the other films outside of that one retrospective I did almost 9 years ago. So it's kind of fun to go back, talk about a film that I haven't talked about very much on this channel. Let me know what you guys think. If you're fans of the film, I'd love to hear your opinions on it, even if you're not. So again, hope you guys look forward to more Halloween videos that I will be dropping here on the channel, and I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Take it easy, stay scared as always.